Florida's next major project, U.S. interstate highways. With population growth and traffic congestion on the rise, the state is taking a proactive approach to transform its transportation landscape, from multi-billion-dollar reconstruction projects to lane expansions and innovative interchanges. Florida is poised to embark on a major infrastructure overhaul that will shape the future of travel in the Sunshine State. Stay tuned for the exciting details of this groundbreaking initiative and discover how it will unlock new possibilities for commuters, businesses, and visitors alike. With a $7 billion state money infusion, this effort, known as the Moving Florida Forward Plan, offers an immediate transfer of $4 billion from the State General Fund surplus, with an additional $131 million redirection to Florida's State Transportation Work Program over the next 4 years. Using these monies, Governor Ron DeSantis hopes to gain an additional $3 billion, allowing the completion of the 20 priority infrastructure projects to be accelerated. Ananth Prasad, president of the Florida Transportation Builders Association, applauds the state's comprehensive strategy, saying, "I think they're using all the tools in the toolbox to get this program done. A $4 billion excess redirect is enormous, in my opinion." The governor's administration anticipates that these projects will be completed more than a decade ahead of schedule. Florida, with a current population of 22 million people, also has a robust tourism industry. The state saw a whopping 105 million tourists in the first 3 quarters of 2022 alone, cementing its position as a leading tourism destination. Furthermore, the state had a net in-migration rate of 1.9%, outpacing other states in terms of population growth. As a result, the existing infrastructure network is under tremendous strain, demanding significant modifications and extensions. Florida hopes to alleviate traffic congestion and improve the state's transportation capacity by accelerating these 20 key infrastructure projects. Florida is positioned to make significant headway in strengthening its transportation network through a combination of redirected funding, leveraging tactics, and a comprehensive strategy. The state intends to establish a solid foundation for a more linked and efficient transportation system by prioritizing infrastructure investments that directly solve congestion issues. Through unwavering support and the implementation of strategic programs such as Moving Florida Forward, the state can realize its full potential, supporting long-term growth and improving the quality of life for residents and visitors alike. According to the Florida Department of Transportation, FDOT, the state expects a daily influx of 600 new citizens over the next 30 years. Some regions have seen growth rates of more than 20%. Unfortunately, the growing population has resulted in increased traffic congestion and longer commutes, affecting the daily lives of people across the state. FDOT Secretary Jared Perdue acknowledged the toll that traffic takes on individuals, saying if you had a 30-minute commute, that's now an hour and a half of traffic. That's taxing emotionally, mentally, and financially. The main goal is to alleviate the congestion. In addition to reducing congestion, FDOT intends to rebuild roadways with an emphasis on safety, resilience, technology, and workforce development, emphasizing their all-encompassing approach to infrastructure upgrades. Ananth Prasad, former FDOT secretary and president of the Florida Transportation Builders Association, is optimistic about the plan's acceptance by the Florida legislature. He cites House Speaker Paul Renner and Senate President Kathleen Passidomo as supporters, both of whom see infrastructure spending as a key responsibility of government. Prasad underscores the critical need for money, particularly for projects like the Interstate 4 and Interstate 75 expansions near Ocala. Traditional revenue streams alone would result in a decades-long wait before these initiatives could be realized. The suggested plan, on the other hand, aims to complete these projects, which would normally take 15 to 20 years, within the next 4 years. These projects, according to Perdue, are already in various phases of prioritization and development. With local authorities actively involved, they would be smoothly integrated into FDOT's existing work plan over the following 4 years if allowed. While issues with the contractor supply chain and personnel continue, Prasad believes that inaction is not an option when dealing with the implications of traffic congestion. He says Perdue agrees, citing workforce development as an important priority for the FDOT. The agency intends to respond to the nationwide supply chain issue by strengthening Florida's supply network to assure its health, solvency, and resilience. The burden on Florida's transportation network is expected to worsen as the state continues to see a constant influx of residents and visitors. In response to this rising problem, Florida is taking proactive steps to invest in infrastructure improvements that will reduce traffic congestion, improve safety, and drive economic growth. The Moving Florida Forward plan focuses on major interstate roadways, with a particular emphasis on improving Interstate 4, that's I-4, and Interstate I-75. The project map on the Moving Florida Forward website emphasizes the 20 priority projects with a special emphasis on the I-4 corridor, which runs from Tampa in the southwest to Daytona Beach in the east and passes through Orlando. Florida hopes to assure a more efficient and connected future for its inhabitants, commuters, and visitors by prioritizing these essential projects, which have the potential to have a big impact on the state's transportation landscape. 4 of the 20 projects are explicitly dedicated to I-4, accounting for over half of the entire $7 billion expenditure. The greatest of these projects is the $1.4 billion I-4 rebuilding project that will run across Osceola County from Champions Gate to Osceola Parkway. In both directions, the rehabilitation seeks to accommodate 3 traffic lanes, auxiliary lanes, and 2 special use lanes. The $1.3 billion Poinciana Parkway Extension Connector in Osceola County is the second largest project set to begin construction in 2027. This project entails the construction of a new 4-mile-long roadway as well as a new interchange with I-4. Another big project is the reconstruction of I-4, which is set to begin in 2027. This $635 million project will provide 3 general-use lanes, 2 auxiliary lanes, and 2 special-use lanes in both directions, spanning from US 27 in Polk County to Champions Gate in Osceola County, where the $1.4 billion project will begin. In addition to the I-4 upgrades, a $197 million project to replace the I-4 and State Road 33 intersection in Lakeland is included, with construction scheduled for 2024. The total cost of these I-4 related projects scheduled to be supported by the new legislation is $3.53 billion. The plan also includes $1.27 billion for 4 I-75 upgrades, notably a $578 million project plan to begin in 2027. Plans to add a driving lane in each direction on I-75 in Lee and Collier counties, thus expanding the interstate from 6 to 8 lanes. Auxiliary lanes in each way of I-75 in Wildwood and Marion counties include the Ocala area, are also included in the $479 million budget. In addition, a $23 million reconstruction of the Pine Ridge Road and I-75 intersection in Collier County into a diverging diamond shape is proposed. Finally, the Moving Florida Forward plan prioritizes the rehabilitation of major interstate routes with a special emphasis on I-4 and I-75. These projects are intended to reduce traffic congestion and improve the state's transportation infrastructure. Florida is taking proactive measures to alleviate the increased demands on its roadways by strategically allocating cash and shortening construction timetables. The state is on track to make significant gains in its transportation network as a result of this comprehensive strategy, which will ultimately benefit both inhabitants and visitors. As we near the end of our video through Florida's next major project, it's evident that the state is dedicated to building a more efficient and linked transportation infrastructure. If you found this video informative and exciting, don't miss out on future updates and insights. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next video.